Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I was kind of looking back through my catalog of videos, and there's getting to be quite a few. And I realized I'd never really touched a whole lot on shop safety. Now, I always try to show the right things when I shoot my videos. But I thought I'd go ahead and give you my top 10 list shop safety items and the things that I tend to look out for every day. And we're just going to take them one at a time, and when we're done, we're done. The number one to me is dust collection and at the source. And I'm going to put some pictures up here and show you kind of what I have. Obviously, respiratory protection is important, and the first tool for that is collecting the dust at the source. So that's why I have this elaborate dust collection system in here. You certainly don't have to go this fancy. You could do it, a lot of it with a shop vac, and a lot of people do it with a shop vac and they get along just fine. But number one is collecting dust at the source. Number two on my list goes right hand in hand with that dust collection, and it's respirators. I'm putting mine up here. It's an MSA. 3M probably makes the best stuff that's out there. The cartridges that are in this one in the picture are a particulate filter, but if you're shooting a lacquer or something along those lines, you're probably going to want an organic vapor cartridge. They also make cartridges for almost all of these respirators that are known as stacked, where you can get the particulate as well as the organic vapor cartridge all in one cartridge. But those are a little bit harder to breathe through, so I choose to just change them out as needed. Okay, the third item up on here is eye protection. Safety glasses are critical, especially with what we do in the wood shop here. I put a picture up here of what I use. I also have an affiliate link for these. Now, these are a little bit more expensive, but I really like them. They have some carbon fiber frames, and the lenses are actually transition, so if it's real bright, they'll actually darken up a little bit. And they're just good for use around the house as well. So if I go run the weed eater or something like that, I can put these on, and they're sunglasses as well as safety glasses. But eye protection is extremely important in the shop. Next up is hearing protection. And you guys see me wear the bright orange muffs all the time. And I'll be the first to admit that's kind of out of laziness. It's just easy to throw those on. Now, I never have music in my earmuffs or anything like that. I want the sound deadening, but I still want to be aware of what's going on around me. So I don't like the distraction of music and that sort of thing in my ears when I'm wearing muffs. You'll also see in the picture, I have a set of custom-made earplugs, and these were made by a company called DB Blocker. I'll put some info about them down in the show notes. I'm not even sure if they're still in business, but I will check on that. They're great. They last forever, and you can get them with the inserts to plug music devices and stuff like that in them, but they're not inexpensive. I tend to wear those a lot when I'm working in refineries. In fact, that's pretty much all I wear when I'm working in refineries. So the muffs and the custom-made earplugs, certainly you can get disposables as well, but hearing protection is very important. And that kind of takes care of all of the, kind of the basic stuff. And left a whole bunch of other stuff of, what's really important to me for shop safety. And I'm going to start, after this basic stuff here with coming into the shop and keeping your mind on task. You're not tired, certainly haven't been drinking or, anything along those lines. There's just too many things in here that can bite you. And so having your mind on task, to me, is really important. Next up is, of course, the fire extinguisher, and knowing where that fire extinguisher is. Anybody who's coming into your shop should know where that extinguisher is.
And you know, the typical placement for that is right next to the door, which is where mine is. And in all fairness, I should probably mount one on this side of the room as well. And I haven't done that yet, but that's on my list. So next up is the first aid kit. You know, we've all had to put Band-Aids on here and there in the shop. Hopefully nothing major, but a good first aid kit is important to have on hand. And again, I keep this by my door. In fact, you see it just over my shoulder here, where it's easily accessible and viewable, and anybody coming into my shop knows where it is. And to tag on that, I think having your phone with you in the shop, especially if you're in a detached shop like mine, you know, if heaven forbid something were to happen in here and I'm hollering or whatever, my wife can't hear me in the house. She can't even hear the equipment run out here. So I try to keep my phone on me, and if I need to, I can call for help. Next one up is oily rag disposal, especially any oil finishes, you know, the wipe-on polys, which I tend to use a lot, and that sort of thing. You need to not just throw those oily rags away. You've seen me do a lot of projects, and I store mine on the shop floor until they're good and crispy, and then I dispose of them. But they can spontaneously ignite, and man, there goes your shop. So next one up, again, is a little on that same lines, and that is leaving batteries in chargers. I'm a member of a few different forums, and I've seen a few posts over the years where those have had something go wrong with them, and they've caught fire, and people have lost their shops to leaving batteries in the charger. So I'm always very conscientious about taking a trip around the shop and making sure that I've unplugged those batteries out of the chargers at night. I don't need that issue. And the last big one for me is kind of a bugaboo for me, and that's push sticks at the table saw. I know I did a video on how I make my push sticks, and I'm going to put the bird's mouth, picture of the bird's mouth ones that I think should be illegal. I think they should be thrown away as soon as they show up with a saw. And I had one show up with my saw when it came, and I threw it up here in my cupboard more to do this video than anything else. It never gets used. It will never be used in my shop. I think that those bird's mouth push sticks are dangerous and have no business being in the shop. So make you something like the one I have, or come up with your own design. That's cool, but something that gives some downward pressure on the front while still getting you, you know, what you need to do in a push stick. But stay away from those bird's mouth type push sticks. So there you go, guys. There's my top 10. I hope you got something out of it. As always, my contact info, all that good stuff is down in the show notes. Reach out to me, hit me on the forums everywhere I'm at. But yeah, it's going to wrap it up, guys. So until next time, take care.